Hey everybody, welcome back to another unboxing spectacular. And this one is going to be mega. This one is going to be massive because I have been saving up way too many boxes. They've been piling up like a mofo and I'm really dying to open these damn things up. I mean, literally, look guys, this is massive. Holy shit. Oh my god, guys. Yeah, this is insane. This is crazy. I've been getting a lot of pre-orders, stuff in the mail that's just been piling, and I need to get my hands on this physical media. So I'm like, okay, I've saved enough. It's time to show you everything that I got. So I'm ready to dive in. But before we do that, I want to thank you guys for clicking on this video. If you enjoy the content, definitely hit the like button. Also subscribe if you haven't yet. I do some really great out and about videos, checking out the new releases, the occasional movie reviews with my friends, live streams, pickup videos, movie hunting, you name it, older content and newer content that is slowly but surely coming your way as well. I thank you for the love and support that you guys have given me. You are amazing, and you really keep this channel going in a big bad way. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Truly, truly appreciate it, guys. But enough of that. Let's get to the unboxing, baby. Oh my god, where do I even start, man? Where do I even... You know what? We're gonna start off with... Why not a small package? Why not, man? We'll get one of the small ones out of the way, man. And this is from good old Arrow Video, baby. Yes, indeed. You know, I love ordering from Arrow because Arrow is such a really great company that when they put out a movie that you really want, when they put out a really great edition, you want to grab that. And I knew it was the one that I knew it was. And this is definitely one that I absolutely wanted. I am a big Martin Scorsese fan. I can't say that I love everything Martin Scorsese, to be fair, but majority of his stuff I absolutely love. And this one is kind of, I don't want to say gone underappreciated, but it's one of those ones where I feel like people don't really give it a second look. And I think they really should, because it's really that damn good, man. And that is none other than, yes, a little bit of Hugo love. Yes, look at that, man. The Arrow Video goodness for Hugo, starring Chloe Grace Moretz, Ben Kingsley, really great actors in this piece, man. And I remember seeing this movie in the movie theaters with my mother, and we both really loved it. Just the idea of this child's imagination and the love for cinema. And Martin Scorsese is such a heavy appreciator of the value of cinema and what it brings to not only the past but modern culture. And I love what he has to say about cinema, and I love his thoughts on it. And there's certain movies where you just see the passion of cinema come through his eyes, and this is absolutely one of them, man. No doubt about it. Fantastic. I love this movie. Is it going to go down as one of Martin Scorsese's best films? No, it's not. I'll freely admit it. But that being said, I think it's stylishly well done. I love the period piece aspect to it, and the acting is really fantastic as well. I think it's a really great, one of those magical feelings of cinema type of movies, and that you really feel the love of it, and he really pours it in a big bad way. I've always loved Hugo, and to finally get a really great edition of it, that's pretty damn cool, man. So a little bit of Hugo love never hurt nobody, especially when it comes to Martin Scorsese goodness. Yeah, I happen to agree. I do indeed, man. But now that Arrow's out of the way, I wonder where we're going next. Okay. Let's get to one of the shout packages, because I have a lot of Shout Scream Factory goodness. Let's get this one out of the way right here. One of the big tall mothers. Why not, man? I think Shout Factory, Scream Factory has been doing a bang-up job, man. Some of the announcements that they have been doing as of late have been awesome, man. And I'm not going to lie, I've been giving a lot more of my money to them than I'd care to. But, hey, look, if the product is worth it, if I want it, I'm buying it, man. And, ooh, I think this one is going to be well worth it. I think it is, if it's what I think it is. Let's see. Is it indeed? Indeed it is. Oh, yes. We got a little bit of poster goodness. But I really want the physical media. And I got it. Oh, look at that. Woo! You know, some movies age like fine wine. Okay, fair enough. And other movies, okay, they don't age so gracefully. But they're still really fun and kind of a nostalgic look back at that time of filmmaking and what they thought the future was going to be, right? Even though they were kind of wrong, it's still kind of fun. In Hackers. Oh, man. God damn, do I love Hackers, dude. This is a great movie, man. It's cheesy. It's ridiculous. Sometimes it's kind of all over the place. Doesn't make a lick of sense at times, but damn, is it entertaining. My God. Johnny Lee Miller, Angelina Jolie, Fisher Stevens, Lorraine Bracco in here, and so many other personalities, man. It is absolutely great. Oh my God, man. I remember the first time I saw this, and you know, I saw this when I was young. And I knew nothing about hacking. I knew barely anything about the modern computer World Wide Web world. And I was like, oh my God, like the underground computer hacking scene. Oh my God, they're revealing all the secrets. And now looking back on this, I'm like, oh, were we so wrong? Oh, we really were, man. It's so good, and I just love how committed the actors are, man. They're just so committed. They're so like, yes, we're hacking into the mainframe. Yeah, we're getting into the terabytes and the megabytes and the triplabytes, and it's like they just really are just so intense, man. And I just love it so much. And it's been a long time since I revisited this thing, but I remember really loving it. And when Shout Select ended up announcing it, I was like, oh my God, man, really? Hackers? Okay, man, blast from the past, but I'm gonna get it, dude. I really am, man. This definitely deserves a place in the collection. I mean, young, very vibrant Angelina Jolie, Johnny Lee Miller, who was supposed to be this big up-and-coming actor, but it never really happened. Fisher Stevens, of course, you remember him from Short Circuit, and so many more, man. Oh my God, Jesus. So great, dude. I had good times watching this back in the day, and I kind of have a feeling I will yet again. I will, man. Hackers, that's going to be definitely well worth the revisit. Not bad. And of course, it did come with the poster as well. I don't technically need the poster, so I'll give it away or sell it for like 20 bucks or something. Make a little money on the back end. Why not, right? Why not indeed? Hey, it goes to a better home. If I can't use it, another collector definitely will, man. But on to the next, because, well, we got two great releases, but there's always room for more. Oh, indeed there is. Well, how about we go with this package right here? And I gotta admit, when I got this package in the mail, I was kind of asking myself, what is this? I was thinking to myself, wait a second. Okay, it's from the UK. I know it's not Arrow Video, and I know it's not like some of these other companies, but I'm like thinking, what did I pre-order? And it really, I'm kind of like just racking my brain here, man, because the problem with pre-ordering so much stuff, guys, is that at a certain point, you kind of lose sight of how much stuff you've pre-ordered. And some stuff that you pre-ordered a long time ago, when it finally gets to you, you're kind of like, yeah, what was that? And this is one of those instances, guys. And I'm very curious to see what this actually is. Good old peanut love. Oh, okay. See, now I remember. Oh my god, I'm so glad that I got this. Now that I'm thinking about it, damn glad I pre-ordered the thing. Jeez. Sometimes you're happy when you pre-order stuff and then you don't remember. You're like, yeah, glad I ended up doing that. And this one, man, I've loved this movie for so long. And finally, for me to have it in my hands in a really great edition from Umbrella, ooh, that is pretty damn sweet, man. When we got a little bit of kids love. Oh, yeah, look at that, baby. Nice. With the documentary We Were Once Kids. Oh, to finally have this is pretty damn awesome. I mean, okay, I remember watching this movie a long time ago in my teenage years, and I think a lot of you guys can understand. When you are in your early to mid-teens, you're kind of exploring yourself, and you're exploring your surroundings and your sexuality, and you know, girls that you thought were just your friends, you look at them a little bit different than you used to. And for me, and I think a lot of you guys out there, it's kind of one of those things that maturity and puberty just kind of do to you. You know what I mean? And when I eventually found kids, and it's one of those things where you're watching all these type of movies, and you're watching these teen dramas, and you're watching these indie movies, and you're watching these hip, cool, like anti-establishment films, and kids kind of felt like one of those. You're like, oh yeah, man, this is my generation, man. These are my kids, you know. And once you watch it, dude, this movie, man, fucks you up. Holy shit, man. I was not prepared for what was happening in this movie, dude. At first, you know, they're just kind of hanging out, and they're spitballing, and they're teasing one another, and they're bullshitting, and you're like, yeah, man, it's kind of like me, you know? And then it gets, like, really dark, and really intense, and really awkward, and then it just becomes really twisted and sinister, and at the end of the movie, your mouth is, like, wide open. You're like, oh my fucking god, man. Yeah, like, if this doesn't give you any sense of playing it safe with sex, then I don't know what does, man. Okay? I really don't, dude. If Jason Voorhees don't do it, then kids ought to do it. I mean, seriously, man. Holy shit. This is a phenomenal, open your eyes type of movie, man. And I've always appreciated it. I think it's just a really just eye-opening experience to just show a young kid in their teenage years, and just to show them this, and just say, hey, look, this is the world that we live in, and just because you think you're safe, you're not necessarily safe. And dude, it got to me in a big bad way. It left a huge impression on me that still leaves its mark to this day. And I know that a lot of people that saw this movie say the exact same thing, man. It's just brilliantly well done. It's brilliantly well acted. I mean, you've got Chloe Sevigny, you've got Rosario Dawson in here as well. Everyone's talking about, you know, Ahsoka and everything. Long before Ahsoka, long before she was in the Clerks series or any of that stuff, she happened to be playing it a little unsafe in kids, man. She was so great. And, of course, directed by Larry Clark, man. Larry Clark was one of these directors that you knew when you were watching a Larry Clark film, you knew that he was unsafe. You knew that you were watching something unclean, right? When you're watching a Larry Clark movie, dude. And he delivers this in spades. I've always dug Larry Clark as a filmmaker, and I'm hoping one day, whether it's Umbrella or another company, whoever it may be, there's a great Larry Clark film called Another Day in Paradise with James Woods. I've always loved that movie. It's a favorite of mine. And now that Kid's got a really great release, I'm hoping, cross fingers down the line, that gets some appreciation as well. And also the movie was written by Harmony Korine, who, by the way, has done his own unique brand of filmmaking too. So, man, you've got some really unique filmmakers here, some great actors, and the messaging is truly hard-hitting. This is a phenomenal movie. If you have never watched Kids, be prepared, because if you think it's kids playing around, you are sadly mistaken, man. God damn, you are, dude. Woo! Whew. Man, revisiting this now at my age, that'll be an experience. Man, it truly will, dude. But finally, glad to have that in the collection. But where are we going to go next? Well, let's get another Shout/Scream Factory package out of the way, shall we? Let's tackle another one of these bad boys. And before I do that, I want to show you guys something. You see this? This right here? I didn't open this ahead of time. I want to just let you guys know how this came in the condition that it did. It's already slightly open. That's how it came to my doorstep. Now, either one of two things happened. Either Shout Factory didn't properly seal it, which could be, or the post office ended up doing some shady shit to it. I don't know which one. I can't confirm nor deny one or the other, but that's some really terrible shit, man. I'm sure you guys have had packages that came opened or messed up. It's happened to me, and it's happened yet again, man. So, whatever in here, I hope it's in good shape. Let's see. But, yeah. Unacceptable? Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah, just saying, man. Damn, dude. Doesn't take much to open this, considering it was practically open to begin with, but let's see what we got here. Okay. We've got a slightly larger package inside the bigger package. We'll save that for a second, but I'm also seeing a little one too. Ah, yes. Huh. What is this? Let's see. Yes. A little bit more Scream Factory love to add to the collection. And this is one I will freely admit, guys, I have never seen this movie. Now, when it got announced, I watched clips of it. I was checking out the trailer, some people's opinions, whatnot. And it's one that I'm taking a chance on, okay? And I think I'm going to like it based on everything that I've seen, all of my research. But this one, I think, is well worthy to add to the collection, and that is My Demon Lover. Oh, look at this. He brought out the best in her. She brought out the beast in him. You bet your ass she did. Oh, man, this is great. You know, when it got announced, and this is what I love about a lot of the companies, whether we're talking Scream or Vinegar or Arrow or a lot of these other companies out there, that ever so occasionally they will announce certain out of the blue titles where you're like, you've done a lot of these big name stuff, and then you come out with something like this where I don't know, what is this, man? And this obscure movie that maybe people really liked back in the day, but just went into obscurity, and this is one of those titles, man. But it's kind of this cool little horror comedy flick, man. The idea of them dating and that he's this demon, and that he sort of comes out when he's in heat, and all the complications of it. It seems kind of fun and quirky and humorous, and I'm gonna give this one a go, man. Like I said, what I usually do when there's a blind buy for me is I go, and I encourage all of you guys to do this. Look up clips and multiple trailers and look up reviews. And if you guys are on the fence one way or another, usually those things sway you to one side of the aisle, right? You're either going to buy it or you're going to stay away from it. And this really piqued my interest just from the really great artwork with them right together with like the demon furry hand there. Like, that kind of looked cool. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this a chance. And everything that I looked up, I liked. So I'm hoping it's going to pay off, and I think it will, man. More Scream Factory love in the collection. Lord knows I got a lot of it anyway, so is one more really going to hurt? Come on, man. Especially when it's a little bit of demon hilarity? I think not. But what about the bigger package here? What is this, right? Because there's a lot of stuff to order from Shout. There's a lot of titles, and if I'm not mistaken, I kind of know what this one is. I kind of do. I think I have an idea. Now, usually, guys, I'm not the biggest fan of upgrading. I don't always upgrade. I'm not somebody that goes out of my way to upgrade constantly. But every now and again, there's a title that I think is worthy for me to upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K. And I think this is going to be one of them. Oh, we got a little bit of poster goodness. But again, posters are cool. But I'm looking for the physical media love. And indeed I got it, baby. Oh, yes. With none other than Night of the Comet. Ah, yeah. Look at this, baby. Sweet. Oh, yeah, man. I had to get this, dude. I mean, yes, I do have the Blu-ray version from Scream Factory. Let me see this here, because I do have it, guys. And here's the proof. Ah, yes. Come on. Did you really doubt me? Seriously. I have had this ever since they announced it way, way back in the day that they were putting this goddamn thing out, man. I still got the slipcover, and I'm not gonna lie. Damn, the Slippy's still in pretty goddamn mint condition, dude. I'm probably putting this on eBay, brother. So, I've had this for a long time, and I've always loved Night of the Comet. And when they announced the 4K upgrade, ooh, I was gonna do it, man. Why not, dude? And this is actually a new 4K scan of the original camera negative as well, which they did not do on the Blu-ray edition. So this thing is going to look a hell of a lot better than the Blu-ray ever did, man. And that was another reason why I kind of wanted to upgrade as well, because I'm like, the picture quality is going to be even better. Not marginally better, like a lot better. And I'm like, yeah, that's worth it alone to pick this thing up, dude. And, man, Night of the Comet is so, so great. It's one of those, yes, cheesy 80s sci-fi comedy horror flicks. Yeah, a little bit. But it's so much more than that. The personalities of the sisters and the adventure aspect and the cool, like, 80s rockin' soundtrack and shit. Like, it's just a very unique film in that sort of genre mashup blend. And I think it's perfect. I really do, man. It's a great slice of 80s sci-fi cheese that I think every time I watch it, there's always a certain amount of nostalgia that comes to me of how really cool the movie is. And I love the charm, and I love the really great humor and the chemistry between the ladies, and I love how sympathetic they are, but yet how badass they are as well, especially the one Kelly Maroney in the cheerleader costume, and she's like with the guns and battling the government, and it's so cool, dude. And I've always loved it, and I've always appreciated it, and having it in 4K is just a really cool slice of awesomeness, and I just had to get it, guys. Like I said, I don't always upgrade every single Blu-ray to 4K. It's really a case-by-case basis at this point, guys. I mean, for me, it has to be worth it for me to make the upgrade, right? Because I can't just upgrade for the sake of upgrading. I need to think to myself, is it worth me putting my hard-earned money into the upgrade? Can I justify it at the end of the day? And I think for this one, I pretty much did, dude. Night of the Comet is, man, one of the best in 80s sci-fi horror mixed with comedy. It just has it all in one great package, and glad to have the 4K love. I don't want to get rid of this, but, well, it'll go to a good home. It will indeed, man. Not half bad, but as long as I still have Night of the Comet in the collection, that's a win. It truly is, man. So, from one large-ass package down to the next package, guys, and oh, this one. This one indeed. Now, we've been through a little bit of Scream Factory. We have been through a little bit of Arrow. We have been through a little bit of Umbrella. But this one, I know what this is, at least. I do, because they were having a sale not too long back. And, you know, sometimes I think to myself, look, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just not going to do it this sale. I bought it every single time a sale has happened, and I'm just going to not do it this sale, right? I'm going to skip one. And then I'm like, I just can't quit you, Kino. I just can't. Yes, I ordered through Kino Lorber, shocker of a lifetime, because, let's be real, when they have a sale, they have a damn good sale, and you take advantage of that shit. And indeed I did, guys. Yeah, so let's dive in to more Kino goodness adding to the collection. Oh, let's see this one indeed, man. Oh, boy, do I got a stack. Oh, my God. Okay, let's start with this one, man, right at the top. I cannot believe in all of my life that Kino Lorber put out this movie, okay, did an edition of this film, because not many of you are going to know this movie. In fact, I guarantee you that a lot of you, the majority of you, probably have never heard of this flick. But I have, and it's only because I watched it way back in the day on VHS. My mother and father taped it on a VHS tape, man. I guess they were John Travolta lovers, weren't they? I guess they were when we talking experts. Oh, man. John Travolta in this thing, man. Not only him, but you got Kelly Preston in here as well, and James Keach. Oh, man. This is a blast from the past. 1989, folks, okay? This is so fantastic. This is one of these John Travolta movies that I guarantee you, if anybody brings up John Travolta, they're talking, look who's talking. They're saying Pulp Fiction. They're saying Battlefield Earth. I mean, they're doing anything but experts, okay? And I can't quite say that I blame them, because this movie flopped. And it flopped hard, okay? But I've always had a little bit of nostalgic love for this. But I gotta admit to you guys, this thing is weird, okay? Basically, here's the premise, right? these guys, John Travolta and Ira Gross, are these two guys that are down on their luck New Yorkers. They decide, look, we're not making it big here. Let's go to a small town like Nebraska and create our own bar, and hey, they've never seen the cool city life, and so we'll end up like spicing it up and we'll be big and famous and shit. And why Nebraska? I have no fucking clue, man. Okay? But here's the deal though. They get abducted by the KGB. Seriously, they end up traveling back to the Soviet Union where they are now used as experts on everything cool in this little town that they've built to train all of these spies, including this seductive spy played by Kelly Preston, who ends up getting in hot water with John Travolta and all the crazy hijinks that happen. Dude, what the fuck? Like, seriously? This thing is just one wild scenario after the next, man. It goes all over the place, but I've always thought it was fun. I've always thought that it was really entertaining, and I found it humorous. I enjoyed some of the good laughs and the cheesy humor and the personalities and sort of the charm of Travolta trying to be this cool 80s hipster. Like, I mean, look at that, man. Oh my god, dude. It's a wild movie. It's weird, kind of cheesy, but man, I've always loved it. And when Kino announced it, I damn near flipped, dude. I was like, holy shit. I don't know if I'm paying full price for this motherfucker, but I will wait until there's a sale. And when it came on this sale, I knew I had to pick this up, man. I knew it. Oh my god. I guarantee you, not everybody is going to have experts in their collection, but I'm gonna have it, man, because I remember the good old days of watching this on VHS. And to have this in the collection, man, that's a fucking trip. Wow, that's crazy, dude. Oh my god, man. This will be interesting. I can't wait to dive back into this. It's been a long ass time since I watched this goddamn thing. Holy shit. That's a blast from the past, man. If you've never heard of Experts, if it's out there, watch it. Don't know whether you'll like it or not, but it's an experience. Okay, it really is, dude. Oh, but then, yes, man. A little bit of more 80s gold, 80s goodness, because, 80s and teen drama, romance comedies, they kind of go hand in hand, right? Especially when we're talking about Secret Admirer, yes, with C. Thomas Howell, Lori Loughlin, Kelly Preston, and oh, by the way, Fred Ward. Yeah, look at that, man. Yes, indeed. Now, I do have this movie in the collection. One of my subscribers, I believe Tommy, ended up giving me a great edition from Olive Films, and I was really thankful. I loved the movie. I was great to have it in the collection and happy to get it from Tommy, but it didn't come with any special features. Usually, if you guys got any Olive Films releases in your collection, most of the time you'll notice that Olive Films never put any major special features on their collections. I mean, if it was a big enough title, they would do it. But generally speaking, they would just put out the movie as is, no special features whatsoever. And I noticed that this one does. I mean, it has audio commentary, and it has radio spots, and theatrical trailer, and interviews. And I'm like, okay, man, this has a little bit more to it. I'm not paying full price for it, but if it goes on sale, I'm definitely willing to give this a go, and thus buying Secret Admirer. Now, I just really like this movie, man. I think it's a really great, like I said, interesting, romantic love triangle situation of C. Thomas Howell and Kelly Preston and Lori Loughlin, and how she likes him, but he likes her, and all this vice versa shit, all the complications, man. But I think it's really well done. I love the charm and the personalities and the acting. And I think there's great chemistry in this movie. It is a really solid movie, man. It's not as well known as some of the other 80 romantic comedy dramas out there, but it is still worth looking up, man. Really solid. Glad to have it back in the collection. Well, technically never really left, but hey, a better edition can never go wrong. However, we are not done with the Kino Lorber because I got one more thing to show you guys. And look, I can't blame Woody Harrelson, right? Because if Robert Redford came to me and said, I will pay you $1 million to sleep with your girlfriend, shit, I'd do it too. With Indecent Proposal. Yes, the 4K Blu-ray of the sultry Indecent Proposal. Yes, Robert Redford, Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson. Oh, so goddamn good, baby. Oh, my lord. I have always loved this movie. You know, there was certain movies growing up when I was young that I never got to watch because it was a little too risque, right? Whether we're talking about Basic Instinct or even Indecent Proposal, it's certain movies where, you know, it's the grown-ups movie, right? We can't let you watch it because, you know, it's for us. But maybe in a few years when you're a little more grown up and, you'll understand things a little bit more. Fucking parents. Fucking parents indeed, man. But I get it. I understand it. Not hating, but what a bummer, dude. But this was such a good movie when I finally got a chance to watch it, man, a few years later. And I just love the idea that this couple, Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore, that they're basically cash strapped and they've lost a lot of money and they're at their wits' end. And Robert Redford sees an opportunity to do something, yes, for them, but more for him. And there's a whole scheme involved with it. Yes, there's the $1 million to sleep with your wife, but there's something even more to it. And I won't really say or give it away necessarily, but I think it's really cleverly written. I think the acting is phenomenal here. The directing is great. I love the personalities and how this guy with this great smile and charm and sophistication to him, and you think you're going to one-up him, right? That you're the person that's conning him, but it might just be the other way around. I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. It's so good. And when Kino announced it a long while back, I really wanted to buy it, man. In fact, I might have shown it off one time at Barnes & Noble's. They had it, and I would have bought it then, but the slipcover was kind of messed up and damaged, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pay full price for that. So I just was like, okay, probably maybe not ever going to get it. And then when it was on the Kino sale website, I was like, holy shit. Indecent Proposal, what? I had to get it, guys. I really did. I wanted this in the collection, man. You know, for me, it's not just about the cheesy B movies or the great horrific horror flicks out there. I love a good drama. I love a good, clever thriller, man, that really twists the knife. And this is a really great one that does it, man. I've always loved this movie. And to have it in the collection 4K style, never a bad thing, baby. Never a bad thing at all. Finally happy to get this in the collection. And not bad for a little bit of Kino Lorber love. A little bit. But just enough to satisfy me. Just enough indeed. So, my God, man. Well, from one small box, on to the last one. Man, we got one more box, guys. That's it, dude. We've been going through these things like water. It takes me so long to end up collecting and gathering them all up, and it goes by just like that. Of course it does, man. But this one will be very well worth it. It'll definitely be worth the wait. Oh, I think it absolutely will be. The very last one from Shout Scream Factory. Oh, dude, let me tell you something. I've told you guys through multiple out and abouts, through other unboxings that I've done about this franchise, I love this series. This is one of my favorites of all time. No lie, man. And I consider this character easily top 3 for me, man. Easily. No doubt about it. And I knew that when Scream Factory had put out some of the other movies previously, that maybe, just maybe, they were teasing us that they were going to put out the rest. And indeed they did. Woo! Oh. It's going to be good, baby. It's going to be real good because... Oh, so nice. The packaging is sweet. Let me show this off, right? Well, no brainer. I got the Chuckies. Oh, look at this. But look how it's packaged, guys. Look at that. This is awesome. Like, let me show this off, dude. Like, the posters and everything fit snug in there. Look at that. Look, they're right in there, nice and neat. They're tucked in, well protected. Holy shit. Dude. Look at Scream Shout up in the game. Look at that, man. Dude. That's pretty sweet. Now, this is what I call good-ass packaging. I'm telling you, man. Look at this shit. Wow. Yo, okay. Guys, I am super, super excited about this. Goddamn, dude. Oh, let me get to each one of these. First off, we got Bride of Chucky, baby. Oh, we got Bride, man. I love Bride of Chucky, man. You know, for me, I love the first 3 Chucky movies, but it was diminishing returns. It was. Let's be fair, man. And the horror genre in the 90s was waning a bit, man. The popularity of the 80s horror icons was slowly diminishing. Jason, Michael, Freddy, Leatherface, Pinhead, you name it, Chucky was among them, right? And what ended up happening is that slowly, because of Scream, there was starting to be a horror revival. You were getting Halloween H2O, and you were getting a few other things that were kind of popping up. And Bride of Chucky was one of those ones that took an opportunity to revive the franchise again. And indeed they did, dude. And my God, what a reinvention this was, man. Ronnie Yu, who directed this movie, fucking aces, man. He did an amazing job not only reinventing Chucky for a modern age, but also bringing in certain cool little aspects like Tiffany and the whole Jennifer Tilly thing and the creation of the doll, and it was so great, dude. And I give a hell of a lot of credit to Don Mancini, who has stuck from the very beginning with this series, continued all the way through, and was willing to take on the challenge of not only continuing the franchise, but reinvigorating it as well. Not easy to do. They did a phenomenal job, man. Brad Dourif coming back. Of course, you got to give a lot of love to Jennifer Tilly, who literally at this point is one of the staples of the Child's Play franchise. You can't even think of Child's Play without even bringing her up, man. She's just, it's kind of felt like she's been here forever. But she came in the 4th film. It's wild, man. But I love the kills, and I love the personalities, and the soundtrack is fucking killer, man. It's so great. I love this so much, man. Bride of Chucky is great. If you think of, like, you know, Bride of Frankenstein, Bride of Chucky, you can kind of see where they were kind of going with it. And bringing in a little bit more of the comedy element and putting it in, but not making it too over the top. Still bringing in a lot of the great horror elements. I love it, dude. Great fucking movie, man. So goddamn good. Bride of Chucky. Amazing, baby. Absolutely amazing. And then we get to Seed of Chucky. Now, okay. Alright, now this is where I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Seth, okay, man, this one. Bottom of the barrel, right? Well, okay, if we're talking about the entire franchise, would I say this is my least favorite? I probably would. All things considered, I probably would say that. But I think that this film does have a lot of merit to it. I think it goes a little bit too far in the comedy. I think it goes too over the top. I think they prioritize the comedy a little bit too much, and there wasn't a good balance between the horror and the comedy. But I still think there's a lot of really great stuff in here. And as far as, you know, certain things, social stuff, I think this movie was actually kind of ahead of its time, man. I mean, in more ways than one. It really honestly was, dude. And I give Don Mancini the balls to do this type of movie in a franchise, man, because, dude, I don't think many people would be going here, man. I don't think they would, dude. I mean, he literally was like, look, I'm going to tackle some of this social gender bending stuff and just put it out there in a big horror franchise. And whether you liked it or not, you kind of got to give him credit for at least going there, dude, because ain't nobody was doing it. But here we are, man. And I think that, at least for me, certain aspects of this movie is really great. I like the whole meta aspect of Jennifer Tilly and the Tiffany thing, and how Tiffany is Jennifer Tilly, and Tiffany, like it's really great, man. And I like the whole like Hollywood ideas and how it sort of pokes fun in it at itself. I've always really loved it. This is such a really meta film, man. I mean, probably one of the most meta films that I've ever seen, man. It truly is, dude. And I like Chucky here, still very sarcastic, and I like the interplay with Tiffany, and even their son slash daughter, Glenda, which is a whole nod to Ed Wood. And if you guys know me, I'm a huge fan of Ed Wood, so a nice little nod there. And I like the whole John Waters stuff here as well, him getting killed. I thought that was kind of fun. So overall, is it the best in the franchise? No. Does it have merit? Abso-fucking-lutely, man. And actually, this is Don Mancini's first time at directing. He decided to take over the reins not only as the writer, but also as the director. And there is definitely some growing pains, but overall, I give him credit for doing some really ballsy things in a fifth film in a franchise that I don't think many people would have done that, dude. I still think it's fun. I still think it's a worthy entry, but did it go a little bit too far at moments? Yeah, I'd argue it does. I do, man, but still, hella entertaining, man. Hella entertaining. Well worthy of the franchise. No doubt about that. But then we get to a favorite among all of us, dare I say, who love this franchise, and that is none other than Curse of Chucky. Okay, now, here's the deal, right? When Seed of Chucky came out, they promoted it big time. Trailers all over the place. They're like, okay, man, the fourth film was huge. We're definitely putting a lot of money and interest into the fifth film. And when this film came out, it flopped. And it flopped hard, man, okay? It didn't make the numbers that they were hoping for, not even close. And for a long time, this seemed to have killed the franchise. And for a long time, there was really no telling if there was ever going to be any more Chucky movies. And then Curse came along. And the only reason why Curse came along is because of the straight to Blu-ray DVD market, right? Because Universal really went to Don Mancini, and Don Mancini was always interested in doing more Chucky, but they didn't want to give him the budget that he was really wanting. Universal basically said, look, hey, we will give you the budget that we think you can do it in with the certain parameters, right? If you can make this movie within the budget and the parameters that we give you, if you can give us a solid story and still great effects and great kills, we will make this movie. We're not going to put it out theatrically, but we will give it a big, wide, in-store release. We'll put it in all the Walmarts and the Best Buys and the Targets, you name it, man. We will promote this heavily on social media. We will get this out there in a big, bad way. A new Chucky movie coming straight to Blu-ray and DVD. And Don Mancini was like, look, if it keeps the Chucky series alive, if it keeps the hopes alive to continue this character and this series, I'm gonna do it. And so he did. And I remember when this movie was getting promoted. I remember when there were ads on Facebook. And I remember when, you know, people were starting to get review copies. And people were very skeptical. There are a lot of people who were like, wait a minute. We're reviewing the next Chucky movie that's going straight to Blu-ray and DVD. Like, that was really skeptical, man. I mean, think about that for a second. The franchise has had multiple theatrical releases, and suddenly we're just getting a straight to Blu-ray DVD. I mean, it felt weird, right? It felt like probably we were going to get one of those really bad Hellraiser movies, right? You're like, oh, shit, man. It's going to be like a fucking Hell World or some shit. Fuck, man. Like that's what people were thinking. And even I was, man. I was skeptical. I loved this series. Even the movies that I wasn't always the biggest fan of, I still appreciated them. I was like, oh, man, I really don't want this movie to let me down. And then, once I finished watching the movie, I was like, God damn, dude. This is back to basics. This is like Don Mancini saying, okay, I know I went a little overboard with Seed. I know, I get it. I hear ya. We're bringing it back old school. And indeed, they did, man. This is a phenomenal movie. I love this. It's kind of like Chucky in the old dark house scenario, right? This creepy, foreboding house with this scary monster inside it and trying to evade the monster, right? It is fantastic, and I really love the idea of Nika, played by Fiona Dourif, Brad Dourif's daughter, who, she is phenomenal in this movie, man. The heroine being in this wheelchair, the idea that they think she's nuts and she's crazy, I love that aspect to it, and I think they played it perfectly. And I love the kills, and I love the creepiness, and the foreboding, and the look of Chucky, and the menacing quality, and Brad Dourif still brings it all these years later. It's so good. It really is, as I said, back to basics, man. It's just that fucking good, man, and I love this movie, and I thought they did a phenomenal job, man. And I, like a lot of people, went into this movie so skeptical and came out such a fan, and I was like, goddamn, dude. If whatever they do next is like this, if they keep it like this, man, I'm in heaven, baby. I really am. This is a phenomenal Chucky movie. It's not the most flashy, crazy, wild gore sequences, but I think it really goes back to keeping it old school, keeping it simple, stupid, and not overplaying your hand. And I really love that, man. This is a phenomenal flick. Curse of Chucky is one of the best, man. And who would have thought that a straight to DVD Blu-ray movie would have been that? But just goes to show you, you never count the little man out. Just saying, baby. Just saying, indeed. Not bad for my man Chuck. But because Curse was so goddamn successful, Curse, man, brought in so much money for the studio. Dude, people were buying the Blu-ray DVD like crazy. Word of mouth spread. People were loving the movie. Universal was happy. Don Mancini was happy. And so Universal was like, you got any other ideas, Don? And Don's like, well, now that you're asking, I kind of do, man. And that's where we get Cult of Chucky. Yes. You may feel a little prick. In more ways than one. Oh, man. Ah, God. Chucky, back yet again for more crazy, wild, insane asylum hijinks. Yes, indeed. Because, oh, by the way, Nika survived. Yes, Nika did, man. However, uh, wasn't without its problems, considering that, well, she couldn't technically prove it was the doll. How could ya? So, they just think she's insane. That she's the one that killed everybody. She's in the insane asylum, and, well, do you think Chucky's just gonna let the bitch live? Come on, man. He's gonna go after her, alright? And indeed he does. And all of the crazy hijinks that happen, man. Now, it's interesting because I hear some people say, well, it's a really good movie, and some people say, it kind of falters a bit. I think it has some really great sequences, some really great old school giallo 70s style horror stuff, man, especially with like the glass breaking and everything and coming down really felt very like Argento or something, man. Like Don Mancini was very much being inspired by that. And I really like the idea of the personalities in the asylum. Felt very One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you could say. I really enjoy a lot of the personalities in the movie, and I like all of the connections to the mythology, because one of the things that I continue to love about this franchise, with all of the movies into the TV show that is still thriving to this day, is the idea that Don Mancini has never forgotten about the mythology. It could have been very easy to just reboot this as, hey, it's just a different Chucky doll and a different victim, and we're forgetting about Tiffany, and we're forgetting about all these other characters. We're forgetting about the character of Andy, which Andy comes back in this movie as well. So I like the fact that Don Mancini never forgot about the mythology. Yes, did it get kind of twisted and morphed and kind of all over the place? Yes, it did, but I think he's always had fun with it, and I think he plays with that this time, especially with Chucky's dastardly plan that he has in place for Nika, which I really love, man, and I give him the balls for doing the ending that he did, because, man, the ending's dark. It is not one of those, hey, they survive at the end and everything is all right and they'll live to see another happy day and Chucky gets defeated and shit. Like, no. Chucky wins. And it's devious. And damn, dude, like, there's moments where you're thinking to yourself, like, shit, dude. Sometimes it's kind of weird to see the bad guys win, but when it's Chucky, there's something sweet about it. I mean, yeah, I guess there is, man. And I really applaud him for going there, man. I mean, there's a lot of things going all at once with this movie, man. And there's so much mythology that's being thrown in, and there's so much humor and action and kills and personalities being thrown all over the place. It's not as over the top as something like Seed of Chucky. It's not. It's not as straightforward and creepy and dark as something like Curse of Chucky. It's somewhere in between, and I kind of like the mixture of it all together, right? The horror comedy aspects mixed with the darker foreboding tone. It's kind of like a mash of everything together, man. It's sort of like the operatic movie finale of the series, if you really want to say that. And I think he pulled it off really well, man. It's not perfect. It does have its faults, but overall, man, I really do dig Cult quite a bit, man. Is it top tier Chucky? Tough to say, but I would say it's definitely above average. I definitely enjoy this one quite a bit, man. And boy, it sets up the TV series in a really brilliant way, man. It truly does. So, man, having these is absolutely fucking awesome, man. On top of that, oh, by the way, you get the Slippy love too. Oh, yes, I got the exclusive slip covers, man. I had to get these, dude. In all honesty, I really had to, man. I could have gotten them without it, to be fair. I could have, but I just didn't want to, man. I just couldn't leave these behind. I really couldn't. They're just too sweet. The art is too fucking amazing on them. I had to pick this stuff up. And dude, once I show you the art, you'll see why, man. It's so kick killer. No pun intended, but it really is awesome, man. I will show you guys this. This is so great. We got Bride. Look at that. Oh, Chucky gets lucky. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Oh, that's so cool, man. That is phenomenal. You also got Seed. Oh, that's great artwork, man. That's fucking killer. Look at that. That's really fucking cool. Backside is awesome as well. Love that. For Curse. Oh, Curse is fucking cool. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at that, baby. That is sweet. Oh, that's so cool. And then, of course, Cult. Look at that. Dude, this artwork is amazing. Dude, these are fan-fucking-tastic. I love this shit. And there's one other extra thing in here as well. What is this? I don't know if I even knew what this thing is. What is this? I am very curious what this actually is. Oh! Oh, cool! I didn't even know that, dude. It came with a Bride of Chucky sticker. Look at that! Oh my god, that's freaking cool. Holy shit, man. That's awesome. Wow, okay. Dude, that's great. And on top of that, having all of the posters in here as well. Look at all the posters that you get. Look at that. Oh, man, all the posters that we get here. Woo, that's pretty sweet. Oh, my God, man, that is amazing. Wow. I am loving that. And you have to remember that this is a huge upgrade for me because I used to have, well, still have, the complete Chucky collection on Blu-ray that had Child's Play all the way through Curse of Chucky, and then I had bought Cult of Chucky when it came out individually. It had all of them together in this box. Nice little set in here, all this jazz. It was a cool little set, actually. I really did enjoy that. And, oh, by the way, it's signed by Chris Sarandon, who was the cop that killed Charles Lee Ray in the first Child's Play movie. So, very nice indeed, man. I got the Strangler. Yeah, look at that, baby. That is so cool, man. So I'm not going to part with this necessarily. I'm kind of going to keep it on the side just as a cool little nostalgic thing that I have. Not exactly keep it in the collection, but, you know, keep it in a little bit of keepsake stuff. But used to have this front and center in the collection, but now I have all of the individual ones, including the previous Scream Factory Chucky releases as well. So fucking amazing. So great. I love it. It's so great to have all of the Chucky love, including the TV series that I have in the collection as well. So I'm a huge, huge Chucky fan, guys. I love this character, and it is still the only horror franchise that is still maintaining its original timeline from the 80s, man. It is still doing it. It's not pulling a fucking Michael Myers, man. It's not fucking forgetting the other films in the series. It's actually continuing the franchise proper. You can complain about all the movies, you complain about certain moments here and there, but the fact that it still is the only franchise that is doing it from way back in the day, who'd have thought that Chucky, out of all of them, you know, Jason and Michael and Freddy and all these other ones, that he would kind of still reign supreme. Who the fuck would have thought that, man? That's wild to me, man. But it's so fucking awesome. So glad to have these, and I'll be replacing these slipcovers with the other slipcovers. That's for damn sure, man. Oh, look at this. This is amazing, guys. Oh, the haul that I got from all of these big ass boxes, it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, I think it's pretty damn well worth it. Oh, indeed I do, man. This is amazing. This is awesome. And I definitely got a lot of time to catalog it into the collection. I really do, dude. Well worthy of saving the boxes and showing them off to you, because physical media definitely reigns supreme, and that stack absolutely proves it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely let me know. What pickups did you get? Did you get some of the stuff that I get? Did you have similar stuff? What did you think of the pickups? Definitely let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram and Facebook, FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Guys, I love doing these unboxings. They're absolutely amazing. So much great physical media, and trust me, more to come. I'll save more boxes, and you'll get another one soon enough. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, happy hunting.